Hey everybody, I'm Piss 4400. This is Piss 4400's think tank. Whatever topics I bring, I put out the same way as that blood your titty bitch gets when she has a goddamn motherfucking period. And the night, the midnight, your wee hour, and your motherfucking 2 hour dong hour, or the fuck hour you got. I want to talk about some people who also are fans of Gorgeous George, or I guess the best word to put it, White Knight, which I don't even understand the term, but I guess it means defending somebody. Um, I have to be honest. I was a fan of Gorgeous George only for one reason, not because of so much his shows. It was really because of the things he spoke in his videos, which I already covered in my other videos that I made. I talked about when I did the video about there's things that don't add up to George's criteria. Basically, basically, I wanted to contact the man, and I was a fan of the man because I thought that the things he said was true to the root as far as him talking about the internet, how people are and things. And, you know, as soon as I tried to get to know him, as I already explained, you found out that this guy was really after himself. And he focused on me taking the video down and all this nonsense. And like at the same time that I actually did my first video, Gorgeous George, which really sucked, I actually was going to contact George around that same time. Less than 24 hours, he contacts me first on the comments section, of course. But when I really wanted to get serious with him and contact him by email, asking questions about his situation as far as being a private investigator, and because that was more my interest, his skill of learning how to deal with people, but not so much that, just the fact that his practice was a private investigator, and that we had a little bit in common on a few things. But as far as his shows, some of them are entertaining, but I have to be honest, the entertaining parts are the ones that get pranked, or people just calling and voicing their true opinions about you. And then the funny part, or the entertaining part, is that you be saying a bunch of stuff like, you need to take it up with a double dildo and things like that. That's the only thing that's interesting. I mean, everything else, all these skits and all this stuff, number one, word, you can't hardly understand what anyone is doing or saying in the dialogue. And two, what in the hell is it getting at? One thing that I watched a documentary of this Gorgeous George fella. He gets anything that comes to his mind and puts it on the camera, but it doesn't turn out well because it ends up with no purpose. Now, getting to the subject of this guy, there's a guy who basically only made a channel because of just based on Sean Brennan and Sean Brennan alone. I think I've heard about him. I think his name is Matt Wilson. This is Sean Brennan in the dress, which is not really Sean Brennan. It's somebody on the episode of You Got Talent, some British show. This is some music video that a picture of Sean Brennan is in, and this is some character from some show that he's comparing to. And there's something I want to tell the people about these videos, not just so much about Sean Brennan, but look at the people who support Gorgeous George. Look what they do every time somebody white knights Gigi. The comments are disabled, the ratings are disabled, and you get about the same kind of views as my other videos that are really nothing to do with Gorgeous George. And here is the channel itself. This is not Sean Brennan by no means. but it's one subscriber, and I wonder who that one subscriber is. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's Mr. Alexander Yarrett, Gorgeous George. Let's read some of the titles here. I talked about this one. Let's read the second one. Boy Sean Brennan. Don't look much of a boy to me. Maybe a little bit big bone, but don't look like no boy. And another video. Sean Brennan's grandfather, Beverly Sal. I don't know. I don't know how to read that. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. Then there's a video saying Sean lives in his bedroom in response to Gorgeous George. Let's check this out. It's only 22 seconds. I really wish I can. Let's see. Here's some of proof. He lives with his mommy. Oh my God, what the big deal? Oh, there's a Famicom, the Japanese system, keyboard. You didn't steal. I hope the screen. Oh yeah. Oh, we don't want to get to that part. Okay, so what's the Famicom keyboard got to do with anything of him living in his bedroom? I mean, I watched the video and it simply talks about something, that an article saying that he found something in his room that he didn't see in a long time and thought it was lost or something. What's the big deal? Doesn't prove that he lives in this room. That just proves he might have had a lot of junk. Whatever. Sean Brennan on YouTube. Proof he didn't know I was Zach. Sean Brennan, the disgusting masturbator. Let's find out what that's about. I'm not going to spend 11 minutes.
Right, now I'm going to make a second video. Apologies for the poor mic quality, by the way. So,
in fact, you know what? I might take some of these videos and put them on my channel to see if this person would do the same thing as Gorgeous George. There are other channels besides this channel that, like Kenny and Kalazar, and I think it was either some other dude that got YouTube channels, but they disabled the comments. They don't allow the thumbs up. They disable the comments. Now, I don't know if Gorgeous George orders these people that if you're going to put videos supporting me or of me, disable the comments and all that stuff to keep the trolls off, because these were the kinds of messages that he was sending to me. I wonder if all this is based on what Gorgeous George is probably telling them, as far as the same thing he told me, because it's a pattern. Now, I was a little supportive of Gorgeous George until I found some contradictions, and that's why I say that even though a person may look good and make sense and sound good on a video, that's why I say to get to know the character. You don't have to watch every single video of the character, but get to know their strengths and weaknesses as far as who they are and their values. And that's why I say never jump the gun in subscribing to people right away, because just like I was kind of duped by George in the way he spoke about people on the internet doing him any kind of way and made himself look more like the victim in a way that was a little convincing, because I have the same similar problems, but the difference between myself and George initiates stuff. For starters, the reason why according to other people, the reason why that they even bothered doing the stuff they did, like the prank calls and all that other stuff, was because George was calling their jobs and their employers and actually getting them fired. Now, to me, I don't think any employer with a brain should not be influenced by some miserable man or other people similar to this who basically have nothing else better to do but to make a video based on one person. There's just more to life than just one person. It's more to life than just doing a video about Sean Brennan. I mean, it's okay to do a video about him, but do other things that you like too. I mean, I don't know. I guess he calls himself trying to be the troll. Sean Brennan faps to me. Oh, brother. And, as I said, get to know the character of the person. Don't go by the first thing you see. They may be telling the truth, but at the same time, know the character. You don't have to watch every single video of the character or even watch every single topic. Just like in a magazine, as I mentioned before. Don't have to look at every single page or agree at every single page, but the fact is that particular sports magazine or fashion magazines covers the latest of everything you need to know about fashion, even if you're not interested in every page. That's the principle, and that's why people still, get books like Sports Illustrated or even go online. So, but this guy, you can kind of tell, is miserable. His channel is based on just one person. Now, the other people that support Gorgeous George, they do the same thing, like disable comments, but the difference is that they do not base their channel on just one person. They have lives where they put parts of other things besides one thing or Gorgeous George show or just other things. They have other lives where they post videos. I saw Kalazar recently on YouTube. I don't know what channel, I don't remember, but he had a video with his granddaughter or somebody. He had videos of Gorgeous George as well, and so I really, I don't know if this is. I even forgot that guy's name, Matt Wilson, because I just saw a title that says Zach, so I'm not sure if it's Zach or Matt. I don't care, but you could tell this is a Gorgeous George supporter, and the only person that is a subscriber is Gorgeous George. And look, and I'll show you Mr. Brennan's actual channel. This is Gorgeous George False Flagger. And look what's interesting. All the other people, there's 5 thumbs ups and 1 thumbs down. I guess what the 1 thumbs down might stand for. It might stand for Gorgeous George. He might have put that thumbs down. Now, if it is him, what I find strange is that how come he didn't flag this video? Yeah, he probably, and then again, it might not be Gorgeous George. But most videos that I have made regarding Gorgeous George mostly get thumbs up. It gets thumbs down sometimes, but I think it's basically mostly to do with my issues regarding doing my own trips. But they're nothing to do with Gorgeous George as far as how much bad he is compared to myself. Whatever. I will say that Mr. Brennan in the face does look a little big bone, but he ain't fat, but he's a tiny tad fat. But it's no big deal, okay? And he might look like someone that stays in this room, but based on performance, I believe the man has been busy. I mean, I periodically check the channel, and and he rarely even puts videos of this man. Period. And if he does, it'll be within a few days, or no, it'll be within like maybe a couple weeks or so. So the man's been very busy. So that's another discredit to give to George. He lies and says Brennan focuses on him. No, I think he has a life. So, but isn't it amazing that George's people is basically have this habit of not allowing comments and thumbs ups or thumbs downs? I wonder if George ordered all these people to do this shit. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm pissed 4400. This is my think tank. Whatever the fuck's on my mind, or whatever comes to mind, I put out the same way as that blood your titty bitch gets when she has a goddamn motherfucking period. And so I see y'all the goddamn motherfucking later. It's been a pleasure. Bye.